Maybe you were laid up sick in bed. Maybe you woke up and your goldfish was dead. You might be getting older and you just can't drive at night. There's a lot of reasons that you might have missed church, but you can still dig into the Word. So pull up a chair and open up your mind to Rock Mountain Live. Rock Mountain Live, it's time to thrive. Don't hit the snooze, we got good news. Oh, Rock Mountain Live.
Hey, your goldfish may be dead. I get it. You know, maybe you're laying up sick in bed and just can't make it to church, right? But you're right here at Rock Mountain Live, I can tell you that. Hey guys, Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, look, we may not have the money that the big podcasts have.
We don't.
But nobody's got a better theme song. Nobody's got a better theme song. Come on, compare. Custom made theme song. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome into the podcast. Hey, we're jumping right in with both feet in the hot fire.
Amen.
We're going right over the top 7 list. Today we're talking about top 7 most savage proverbs you'll find in the Bible.
I did not review this list.
I like it.
Yeah, hey, and there's some savage ones.
I saw the list, and the one I was thinking of, it made it in there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe it has to do with the pig snout. Is that the one?
No.
Okay.
No. The roof. The one on the roof.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're talking about
Speaks
savage.
to me.
Gavin does a pretty good impersonation of savage.
A savage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Hui hui.
So these are savage, man. Absolutely. Hey, the best thing to do is just jump right in and look at them. Number 7 on our list today comes from 26:14. As a door turns on its hinges, so does a sluggard on his bed.
Woo.
Good morning. Good morning, Clarence. Good morning, Jim.
Rebuke. That's right.
It's funny you think like, thousands of years ago, nobody was lazy because it was a different kind of culture, was working the farm or doing whatever, but apparently
Nothing new under the sun.
Nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, that's
Someone
right.
was lazy. That'll get you a bucket of cold ice in your face.
It will.
You don't listen to your dad.
Speaking of cultures through the years, I mean, people have been rolling around in their bed for a long time, just like tossing and turning. That's I got to get up. I got to go to the field.
Yeah. That's right. You must have been really lazy, back then. It's not like you were on a Serta or a Sealy Posturepedic.
Yeah, that's right. Probably on like a
straw
rope bed,
a rope bed. Yeah,
sleep tight.
Yeah,
a sluggard. Get out of bed, son. Get a job.
Get a job.
That's what the message
says.
says.
Paige says, I guess I better get up.
Get up, everyone.
And Jane says how much she loves the theme song. Let's go, Jane.
That's right.
Come on.
It's a good one. Love it.
Number 6.
It's a half-hearted.
Yeah.
Ding.
I love this one. Now, like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. 11:22 of the old book of Proverbs.
Wow. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I mean, are we in a position to comment on this one?
I'm not commenting on this one. You guys go ahead.
You know who you are.
It is a tough one because there's nothing wrong with being a beautiful woman, But,
No.
But I remember being in high school thinking, first of all, I'll never date a beautiful woman because, the cheerleaders and all that. And I realized, you got to realize where you are. Mm-hmm. I'm a band nerd. I know who I am. This is who I am. But at the same time, you see so many beautiful looking women without discretion getting in a lot of trouble in life and causing trouble for lots of other people. Again,
Yes.
I'm not saying it's a stereotype. The proverb says without discretion. Mm-hmm. So there's plenty of beautiful women who have discretion. So it's nothing like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, being a beautiful person, man or woman, can be very problematic.
This reminds me of, how sort of the British, sort of a more posh British person will take you down, but it doesn't sound mean. It's just very sort of polished.
Oh, yeah.
She's without discretion.
Yeah.
Hey,
Very nice
come
way
here.
to
Let me let you know something.
Yeah.
This woman is without discretion.
Yes, that's right.
What do you mean?
Ill repute.
Ill repute.
Woman of ill
That's
repute.
right.
But then the imagery is great. Gold ring and a pig snout.
That's right.
So we got something beautiful
Yeah.
attached to something not beautiful.
You're putting lipstick on a pig, is how we'd say it in the South.
That's a good one. Number 5. It is that Jason's already said this is his favorite. It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in the house shared with a quarrelsome wife. 21:9.
It's true.
Good morning, Paige.
My wife's at work. She can't see this right now.
Dakota might be listening to this one. But
So I can really unload here.
the one that's funny, what's funny about it is just imagining the guy on the roof.
Yeah.
Just like,
All huddled up
he's
over
just
in the
like,
corner.
I gotta get away.
I just this 1 foot by 1 foot square space is mine. That's where I stay.
Yeah, it's funny too because it's one of those like hyperbolic statements, and we use this kind of language all the time.
Yeah.
You know, hey man, you want to go? You want to help me pick me up at the airport? My flight's coming in. Like, man, I'd rather fill in the blank, and it's something
right.
outrageous.
Arrange my sock drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch. We say, what do we say? I'd rather watch wet paint dry or something like that.
Right.
No comment.
Yeah, enough
Figure of speech.
Enough said, yeah. Number 4. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs rather than a fool in his folly. 17:12.
So I have something to say about this one.
Okay.
So whenever I spent a summer in Yosemite, they trained us on all the employees on bears, like bear safety and everything.
It's brown,
And-
get down.
Yeah, and they
black,
were
attack.
basically like, you're pretty much fine as long as you don't get between a mama bear and the cubs.
Right.
If you
Don't
do that,
Forget it.
then
Do
all
not do
bets are off.
Yeah. You're about to see Jesus.
Maybe.
Well, Miss Brown has joined us this morning, by the way. She's a co-teacher at Banks Academy. Miss Brown, nice to
Hey.
see you. Good morning. Glad
Hello,
you're
Miss-
watching.
I'm Mr. Brown. Hello, Miss Brown.
And it's Gavin Brown. That's right. How about that? And Jack Scott, too. Good morning, Jack. That's a good one, yeah. So a fool in his folly, though, what we know the book of Proverbs well enough to know it talks about fools and folly and all that, but what's an example of a fool in his folly?
It's hard to say. I don't know. You know, the ESV uses this phrase a lot. You know, don't answer a fool in his folly.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know.
Getting off on the wrong track.
Yeah.
Well, getting mixed up with someone who is going to lead you to a very bad place.
Mm-hmm. I was driving, speaking of Banks Academy, I was driving in one day a couple of weeks ago, down I-59, coming over through, getting close to Bessemer and all that area, and I'm just driving along. I think I was listening to a podcast, chilled out, traffic wasn't too bad, just kind of cruising right along, and suddenly a motorcycle, and there was a car passing me too. I was going slow. The car was coming, and this motorcycle was going 100, and it went right between us on the interstate, and it was loud and scared the life out of me. And I just like sizzled, and my adrenaline went crazy. Well, there's a fool in his folly.
That's
Yes.
foolish.
Yeah, I'd rather face a bear robbed of her cubs.
Yeah. I tell you what. Have you ever heard anyone say this? Show me your friend. We say this to teenagers sometimes, right? Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good one.
And
Never heard that one.
this is kind of in that same lane, I think. But I'd still rather meet a fool than a bear robbed of her cubs. But I realize this is, this is poetic language.
Do you know a bear can rip a door off a car like it's just a tin can?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Peel it off.
yeah.
I watched a video just recently. YouTube knows me, okay? And so it said, we think you might like this video of two brown grizzly bears fighting each other. And it was gnarly.
Yeah, there. Yeah. Do you remember my story from Gatlinburg when we were up there in December and I saw a bear?
No.
Yeah.
Is this a
Did I
setup?
not tell this story?
Is this a
No,
setup?
this is true. This is
Okay.
a true story. Yeah, there was a little issue with the car, and I had to stay with the car. It was late at night. I can't tell the whole story because Paige is watching. But anyway, and so I'm standing out there waiting on a record to come, and it's like midnight. And down below, maybe 200 feet, which I'm pretty good with depth perception now with disc golf, and this bear just comes out.
You were like,
big bear.
Get out of fairway driver. I'm going to hit this
Yeah,
thing.
I could have hit it with a fairway driver. And there were people on a porch on another cabin, and they see it too, and the kids are, "This is a bear," And I'm just watching this thing, and it kind of finally goes off down this driveway, and it was gone.
Yeah.
But I have a picture of it, a photo of it.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll show you later. It's true. But I'm just standing there going, And then I thought to myself, because the car was there, I could get in the car, and then I remembered tin can. They just ripped the door right off the car.
Yeah.
So
especially if you have food inside.
Yeah. And especially if you are the food inside.
Or, yeah.
How about number 3? Like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to those who send him. This is 10:26 in your old book of Proverbs.
Another
vinegar
lazy
to
one.
the teeth.
Yeah, the sluggard again.
Yeah.
I'm like, they just had a wealth of lazy people, I guess.
They must have. Smoke to the eyes. I hate smoke to the eyes.
Don't like it. You ever been grilling burgers
Yeah.
and the wind shifts? Yeah!
Or like anytime you have a campfire, wherever you are around that fire, the smoke seems to find you. So like, I'll get over here.
I don't know that I've experienced vinegar to the teeth.
Maybe like lemon to the teeth.
Something. Yeah, my mother used to put palm olive dish soap in my mouth when I had a smart mouth.
Yeah.
And
That's rough too.
She'd set a timer.
And you blow the bubbles.
Oh, it was awful.
Whoa.
When I was first married, Lori walked in from getting groceries, and she had palm olive, and I said, and threw it in the garbage. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "This house will not have palm olive. It triggers something for me."
And she says, "What's the problem?" You should say, It was so poisoning."
Yeah, that's right. Christmas story. I looked at her. I said, "You keep that smart mouth up, you're going to find out. I'll get that palm olive out of the garbage." Okay. It was rough.
I'm sure it was.
You know what, though? Mom had a way of fixing my smart mouth.
Good memories.
Slap
Nope.
it off.
No.
I was watching like a YouTube video or whatever, and it was basically saying each generation since the baby boomers have been called lazy.
Right?
Like the greatest generation called the baby boomers.
Right.
Lazy and spoiled and entitled.
Yep.
And then they just keep
Yeah.
doing that.
This is accurate. Yeah.
And then
But the Gen Alpha kids are lazy.
Gen Z, Dakota sent me an article yesterday. It was basically, it said over 60% of Gen Z hires are let go in the first 6 months.
Wow. Goodness.
That's wild.
From this.
Yeah.
And I was like, ew.
Vinegar to the teeth, baby. Smoke to the eyes.
Don't be a sluggard.
Yeah, don't send that boy. He won't even make it.
Yeah.
We should-
Boy.
He's a sluggard.
Yeah.
We should bring the word sluggard back.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's harsh, but
Yeah.
not too harsh.
My former pastor, Bruce McCartney, liked the word sluggard.
Sluggard.
He also liked, and maybe I hope I'm not spoiling the list, but he liked the proverb that talks about the sluggard always says that there's a lion in the road. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
It's basically like, I can't do it. There's a lion in the road. And so there's always some obstacle.
Some problem.
And so he would,
Some problem.
he'd task us, as staff, he'd task us with something. And, he'd look at one fella that's in my mind, I won't name, and he'd be like, "Don't you tell me there's a lion in the road."
That's funny. That's good. No, that one's not on here, unfortunately. But here's another sluggard
More
one. Number
sluggards.
2, the sluggard buries his hand in the dish and will not even bring it back to his mouth. Savage!
Oh, my
Savage!
goodness.
Oh,
So lazy he won't even eat.
You won't even eat.
this reminds me of Homer Simpson. He got his hand
Right.
in the potato chip bag.
Yeah.
or a kid who falls asleep eating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little baby.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. Yeah, they got the little spoon there.
Yeah. That's a real burn.
All right, let's go down to number 1. The number 1 most savage proverb in the Bible is, like a dog that returns to his vomit is a
knew it.
fool who repeats his folly. This is Proverbs 26:11.
Yep.
Never seen my dog do this.
No, but it's savage.
I mean, all my other dogs have done this, just not my current one.
Oh, okay.
I've experienced.
Why does the dog?
This.
So dogs are just they throw up and then they're just interested in it.
Recycle.
Well, they're disgusting, and people these days, a lot of people like to bring animals up to the level
Sleeping in your bed? Yes.
of just being humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have some gross little dogs in my house. And when you see them vomit and then eat it, or do other things and then eat it,
It reminds you.
you're like, these are not people.
Oh, it's an animal.
This is an animal.
I mean that's just gruesome. So
Don't try to lick me in the face. either.
I mean, I love the Proverbs so much because they paint word pictures. I mean, that's the point. So what could be better than this? You know how a dog pukes, and then he'll come back to it later and eat that puke? That's like you. I mean, that's what the Proverbs is. That's how you act.
Yeah.
You just keep coming back to the same stuff over and over again. What's wrong with you?
Yes,
fool?
it's the picture of the person who just cannot learn from their mistakes.
Right.
Right.
There's a Bible reference that I use a lot. It's on figures of speech in the Bible,
Okay.
and it is excellent.
What's it called?
I can't remember. I'd have to go look in my Logos to find it, but I use it whenever there's one where I'm like, what is this? You know, because it'll be like a cultural reference, or it'll be like something that we have no idea what they're talking about now. I'll go reference it, and I'll be like, huh. Because, I mean, the whole Bible is just one figure of speech to another, essentially.
Loaded with stuff.
And we, too, speak. I love figures of speech.
I do, too.
You want to hear one I've been using recently?
Yeah,
that
sure.
I've just recently added to the lexicon? That's just a whole other bag of hammers. Been using that one.
Bag of hammers.
You know?
I don't understand it yet.
Well, when people are like, you want to talk about that? I don't want to talk about that. That's a whole other thing.
It's a hypocatastasis. That's what kind that is, which means implied meaning.
Yeah.
I call it a
But
hypocat for sure.
Yeah.
Short.
I didn't know the technical word. I catch there's an implied meaning,
Yeah,
but I just don't know what it could be.
He's not
It's
explaining.
like,
Here we go. Ask me if I want to talk about the war in Iran. Ask me.
hey, would you want to chat about the war in Iran?
That's a whole other bag of hammers.
Okay.
Which means no.
I get the
implied.
meaning. I mean, I hear the tone. I'm catching but the hammer part, like with the
It
image.
doesn't matter what's in the bag.
Okay.
It could be birds in the bag.
just
That's
hammers.
right. Yeah.
Well, the bag
It could
of
be
hammers.
vomit in the bag.
It could
Did
be.
you make this up?
No, I heard it somewhere, and it made me laugh, and I thought,
It's mine now.
It's going in the rotation.
Well, it's funny because when you came in this morning, I was using a hammer to work on my swing, my disc golf swing. So now that's a whole nother bag of hammers there,
That's
Yeah.
a whole other bag of hammers.
Or frisbees.
or
Or
frisbees.
disc.
Hey,
I just like the bag of hammers.
I love Do Share, man. It's time to Do Share. We got a lot of Do Share stuff coming from Jason R. Rice this morning. Jason R. Rice. By the way, Jason R. Rice will not be with us next Friday. He's going to be in Vancouver. And so I've asked Jeremy DiBenedetto, Deacon Jeremy,
DB.
and he is coming to sit in your chair.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be
Jeremy,
awesome.
What is the
Can't
nature
wait.
of this trip?
Mission trip.
Well, that's good.
We're gonna be doing an arts camp with the church plant up there.
Awesome. For a moment, I thought here goes our jet-setting influencer, Jason.
yeah.
Not this time. Not this time.
Look at Vancouver.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear so many great things about this city, and I remember when the Olympics were there back in whenever. They were just talking about how incredible Vancouver is. I mean, just look at the skyline. That's crazy.
It's a huge city. A lot of movies are filmed there.
Yes.
But also, I've heard other things saying, hey, be careful where you go in Vancouver.
We're gonna be right across the bay on Vancouver Island,
Nice.
so it'll
I've
be a
heard
little bit smaller of a city.
Heard it's beautiful.
Yeah, so I guess Vancouver Island maybe.
It's the Great Northwest.
Oh, down south.
Yeah, we're gonna be right here.
You're like
Yeah.
closer to Washington State than you are Canada.
Did you know there's a
You'll
little
probably
part of Vancouver right on the tip that's in Washington.
How about that?
That's like cut off from everything.
Yeah.
Weird.
I bet they're culturally different too, and probably feel superior to everybody.
That's a whole other bag of hammers.
But yeah, pray for our team.
How many are going with you?
9 of us.
Wow, that's a great team.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah. And all coming from Crossroad Baptist Church
Yep.
here.
How did you get linked up with this church plant?
Through one of my old pastors from New Orleans.
Okay.
Kind of a friend of a friend kind of a situation. And then I went up there last October.
Nice.
And visited with them. So
That's
I
awesome.
excited.
I remember that. Yeah. Awesome.
It'll be a great trip. Definitely praying for you. We'll miss you here. Glad Deacon Jeremy's going to join us. And what about this Holy Week podcast? We got another do share from Crossroad, Jason R. Rice with the Holy Week podcast. And here you are explaining it. This is crossroadbc.org, by the way, if you want to check this out. And Gavin and I
are the first 2 guests on there.
We may have a role to play.
We're contributors.
Right.
Yeah, contributors.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it, and we'll have one episode coming out every day of Holy Week.
So what's the first
through
date? I really, my calendar is not my brain good, but I think it's coming soon.
Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Whenever that
first week of April.
Something like that.
Palm Sunday's the last Sunday of March.
Last Sunday of March is when it'll start.
Hey, look, there's a calendar right there.
There's a calendar here.
Yeah. Why don't you take that off and bring it over here and let's see what it... Oh, that looks familiar.
You guys' eyes are better than mine.
Yeah, so it's March the 29th.
March 29th. Yeah, let me see that. Yeah. If you like good astrophotography, we've got the product for you. Who took this photo?
Jason R. Rice.
Jason R. Rice. The whole episode's about Jason R. Rice. Which I'm a little jealous.
He's a prolific fella.
Yeah. And you should see his podcasting setup. Oh, you have?
I have.
So
it's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I really enjoyed hanging out with you Wednesday and doing that. And you were there Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cursing of the figs.
Yeah. It's going to be good. Y'all tune in.
Spoiler.
You also mentioned it's going to be on YouTube as well. So
it'll be YouTube, Facebook, our Facebook page too, and then just wherever, mainly Spotify and iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called now.
Awesome. Also, one last little do share. We got to look at. We talked about our tournament last time.
Yeah.
And we haven't really talked about the way it ended up, which I really didn't want to share how it ended up, but since everybody's probably so interested out there,
let's just say the putter was off.
Yeah, the putter was off. So here we are at the Professional Disc Golf Association website. Notice the emphasis on the word professional. But this is a Pro-Am C-tier tournament. So there were people there, Gavin, this guy, Zachary Crawford, who's a pro, shot 22 under.
Shredded.
And made $172 in the process.
Hey, that'll buy you whatever you buy in Jasper.
Yeah. So these are the pros, by the way.
Shotgun.
Yeah. But if you go down, and down a little further, going down a little further to MA40, which Gavin, you switched to.
Top 4.
Gavin was in the top 4 in his division.
Top 4, what can I say?
Which had 4 players in it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was top 4. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You let Randy beat you?
Randy's good. Yeah. But I do got to say, my putt, I just couldn't putt. I got the yips.
Yeah.
Like I was missing putts that children could make.
These two guys, Jay and Leland, man, they shredded.
Oh, they're good.
18 down, 13 down.
Yeah, they're very good guys.
It's hard.
And you can see they're both over 900 rated.
So what are you going to do there?
Leland, he's the pride of Jasper.
Shout out Leland. So we'll go all the way down to MA4, which stands for mixed amateur who play like 4-year-olds. That's
negative Ghost Rider.
And we go, so Scotty Simmons won my division with a -6. So you see how,
He's sandbagging.
If you just scoot all the way down to 9th place, I'm so happy to say in my first tournament I shot 2 rounds, 13 down. I was 8 up and 5 up, 13 up. And our buddy Noah shot a 25 up for the 2 rounds. So his mom is watching, I'm sure.
But we had a blast.
Yeah, we had a blast.
It was a great day.
It was so fun. It really was. I met some cool guys and everything. I wish I could. My putter wasn't on. I was nervous to tournament. It's my first tournament, so I didn't shoot anywhere near like I'd like. But I was really hoping to be like more +1 even. And you were kind of hoping for a -8, -9.
Yeah,
somewhere like that.
total score. I was
Yeah.
thinking if I hit 4 under both rounds, I'd be happy with that. But I didn't make a putt outside 15 feet, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah, you're not going to win that way. So,
All right.
anyway.
There it is.
Yeah, thanks everybody for cheering us on and just being so interested in our disc golf careers.
We assume they are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. They're on the edge of their seat. When's the next tournament?
In April,
Here at Shadow Lake.
here at Shadow Lake, our home course.
Oh,
right.
Shout out to Grace Life, who got us sucked into this world.
That's right.
We appreciate it so much. Speaking of things that just sort of go around and round and round and never seem to end,
I like the circle, Ecclesiastes.
we're in the book of Ecclesiastes together.
but our pace is significantly faster than through Ephesians.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be popping right along. Sure, we may even. I think we could get through chapter 1 here today if we wanted to. But I've been thinking about it all week long because playing disc golf really is Ecclesiastes. You start in hole 1, go to hole 2, hole 3, go all the way to hole 18. You're done. Then the next time you play,
You're
hole
back
1,
to hole
hole 2, hole
Same
3.
thing. That's
Kind of
right.
basically same score, maybe improve a little, maybe fall away a little.
Maybe we're the dog returning to its vomit.
Dog returns to its vomit, circle around. So I thought we had a great start to the study last week, and let's just keep it going and see what happens.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're in Ecclesiastes chapter 1. I think we should read the chapter again. It's not that long, and give us the context. So the words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What does man gain by all the toil at which he toils under the sun? So, preacher Koheleth in Hebrew. So the sage, the wise man, the whatever, philosopher. A generation goes and a generation comes, and each new generation calls the next one lazy. We've just learned that a moment ago. But the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun goes down and hastens to the place where it rises. The wind blows to the south and goes around to the north. Round and round goes the wind, and on its circuit the wind returns. All streams run to the sea, but the sea is not full. I remembered the lyric. Rivers run into the sea. But the sea.
I wish I could remember the next line.
The sea is not so full of
There's
glee.
a hole in my heart that can only be filled. You remember that song? Extreme?
Oh, extreme. Yes.
Yeah.
To the place. Dun, 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 to the place where the streams flow, there they flow again. All things are full of weariness, and here's where we'll pick up. This is where we left off last week. A man cannot utter it. It's so terrible. A man can't. There's not even words to say, The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done, and there is nothing new under the sun. Is there a thing of which it is said, see, this is new? Well, we could say, well, Jesus coming and being incarnate,
Well,
but
that will be.
right.
Not at the writing of this.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that's his point. His point is under the sun as we're just moving through life.
Oh, yeah. That's
and
right.
There's nothing new. It has been already in the ages before us. There is no remembrance of former things, nor will there be any remembrance of later things yet to be among those who come after. I, the preacher, Koheleth, have been king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I applied my heart to seek and to search out by wisdom all that is done under heaven. Said 30 times, by the way, under the sun or under heaven. 30 times throughout the book. It is an unhappy business that God has given to the children of man to be busy with. I have seen everything that is done under the sun. There it is again. And behold, all is vanity and a striving after wind. What is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be counted. If you don't have $1,000, you cannot count it.
That's right.
I said in my heart, I have acquired great wisdom, surpassing all who were over Jerusalem before me, and my heart has had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I applied my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly, but I perceive that this also is but a striving after the wind. Why am I doing all this research? Why am I trying to figure out madness and folly? I'm just chasing the wind. Why? Well, For in much wisdom is much vexation, and he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. This is the word of the Lord, like it or not.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks be to God.
Yeah, got a lot to say. You know, this whole
got a lot to say.
chapter, right? Well, I mean, it is life, in a sense, apart from God, maybe apart from the gospel. But what I was thinking as you were reading that, certain parts of it, is, have you ever been at maybe the DMV, or you're somewhere waiting in line, or some place where you're around, and you ask usually it's some kind of country boy, and you're like, how about it? How you doing? And he says I'm going to clean it up. He says,
Thank the Lord.
same junk, different day.
Yeah.
And I think Ecclesiastes.
So I love how we put it in the DMV. You ever been to the DMV?
Yeah.
Another day, another dollar.
Yeah. Same junk, different day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like people experience the weariness of the repetitive cycle.
Yeah.
I was also thinking, though, we can get into this a little later verses, is, you know, he says the unhappy business that God's given men.
Yeah.
You know, this is part of the curse of sin.
Yeah.
Now,
that's right.
work certainly is redeemed under God to an extent in the Old Covenant, but certainly in the New Covenant, work is redeemed. And Martin Luther, of course, has a lot to say about work, the masks of God, and what have you. But you do resonate with this. Like, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I knew that if we studied it close, you'd start saying, okay, yeah, I see it.
Well, I mean, I saw it before. It's
Right.
just,
It's just depressing.
I want happier news.
Yeah, that's right. Now, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But that's no reason to exclude it from the canon, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we want better news. We don't want it to be this way.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy disc golf as a hobby. I want it to finally culminate in something, but it doesn't.
Oh, it does. You've gotten a lot better.
Oh, I mean, so you get a little bit better, and then you always want more. I think moving ahead to this, verse 8. The eye is not satisfied with seeing. So your score gets improved 3 strokes. You're like, well, I want 3 more strokes. You never say, that's enough. I don't want any more. I don't want to improve anymore. Nobody ever says that, or feels that way. And that's where the weariness comes in. Like I played a tournament. Well, it didn't do very well. Now I want another tournament. Now I want to try to do better. You know, there's a never-ending pursuit of more, and it is.
But it's the same. But it's like that whole idea of the same. Like Tuesday morning, I photographed the lunar eclipse that we had here, and I was editing the picture, and I was like, it looks exactly the same as the one last year. Exactly the same. And I didn't sleep. I lost a whole night of sleep just to have the same image.
What a great illustration of what we're talking about.
You imagined yourself posting it and people commenting and saying, isn't this the one from last year?
This one's very fresh looking.
I could have posted last year's and no one would have known, probably. It looks that much just like it. It's crazy.
That's wild.
Well, and Solomon uses he talks about sort of like the seasons. You know what I mean? It's kind of like or the cycle of weather. The wind, it does the same thing. It follows the same patterns. The water follows the same patterns, and it's just like everything just repeats in a cycle, like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
Yeah, it's a great movie as far as illustrating this principle every day.
Ned.
Yeah.
That's good. I love when he learns to play the piano. I mean, but so what? I mean, it's just like if you have enough days and enough time, you can become a master of the piano.
Yeah.
But then so what? What are you going to get out of it? But the movie is interesting because it does finally culminate. And we know in the gospel, we know in Christ, there is culmination. Yeah. But as far as life under the sun, if you just divorce God and His sovereign, hand from everything, and His providence, it's just like there never feels like there's a culmination in it. It's just like pushing the rock up the hill, pushing the rock up the hill, pushing the rock up the hill.
And with Groundhog Day, if you imagine Bill Murray's character, where the idea is that there is no meaning to be found without relationship.
Yeah.
And in a strict 24-hour cycle of monotony, you can never develop a relationship, and so life becomes purposeless.
Yeah, that's
Now, we are created for relationship with God first and foremost.
Yeah.
But I think Groundhog Day kind of does capture the sort of nihilism of that type of existence.
The utter monotony. And it's so bad that Bill Murray's like, I got to kill myself. And so there's several times where he's just trying to kill himself.
Yes.
And he can't do it.
He can't.
Every time he kills himself, he wakes up and starts the day over.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, I can't do that. That's not going to get me out of the cycle. What can I do, you know?
He's the perfect guy to play that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the Bible.
I mean, it's just so spot on. The eye is not satisfied with seeing. You're scrolling through Facebook. It's like I need more. I need more. I need more. One more post. One more scroll. One more scroll. One more scroll. Watching on Netflix, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, whatever it is. One more episode. One more of The Office. One more. I got to get one more. One more Jeopardy episode. One more.
I've heard John MacArthur talk about. It's similar to this, but he talks about how people are never satisfied, and people are constantly trying to find their purpose in whatever. But he was really, he kind of honed in on the never-ending quest for youthfulness and staying young.
Yeah.
And he said people experience such a cruelty in life when age betrays them. He was like, it doesn't matter how many injections you get, it doesn't matter how many surgeries you get, how well your skincare routine is, or what your diet. He was like, and you try to deny, it's going to the same end.
Yeah.
Like you will meet Christ.
That's some striving after the wind stuff. Right? I mean, it's like, it's like working, even trying to take care of yourself. It's like working out and eating right.
Never ending.
But it doesn't even help you to stay the same as you are. Like it's still going down. Whenever Dakota's sister turned 18, Dakota jokingly said, "Well, now your body goes downhill from here." And I was like, that's funny, but also true.
Good one. Yeah. But she's right.
Yeah, she's kind of right.
Speaking of birthdays, 45 on Wednesday.
Yes,
Jason
I
Rice, happy
45.
birthday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the March of Time, I am now.
Hey,
it was yesterday.
Happy birthday,
Wednesday. Yeah,
and the church threw you a nice party. I saw that.
Let's
coming
go.
Together.
Yeah,
that's nice.
One of the best birthday texts I've ever gotten was last year. My buddy Jared King, like 2 or 3 days after my birthday, he said, "Hey man, forgot it was your birthday, so I'm going to send you the same text I would have sent if it was your birthday. I don't care."
That's funny.
That's so great.
And I said, "You're the best friend I've ever had."
It kind of breaks the monotony up.
You know me so well.
Like, I appreciate that. That's a good way to say it.
Wasn't it Augustine who said?
Oh, back to Augustine.
That this, because this is such right. You're never satisfied pursuing things for which you were not created. Mm-hmm. Did he say our souls? Is this Augustine? Our hearts
never rest
until they find their rest.
Until they find their rest in thee.
In thee, or thee being God. Yeah.
Confessions.
And,
chapter 1.
Man, isn't that true?
Book 1.
He probably read Ecclesiastes and saw it.
Yeah.
There's a hole in my heart that can only be filled by you.
Well, that's
extreme.
Later in
Ecclesiastes
3, right?
Huh?
3 Ecclesiastes 3.
Yeah. To every season.
That's right.
Man, God has put eternity in man's heart.
Yeah, that's all coming. It's just one hit after another. So let's get into this. Everybody forgets what's verse 9. What has been is what will be, and what has been done is what will be done.
And can I say one more thing about
under the sun?
Of course, one more thought.
Well, Jason, this is our podcast. We do whatever we
we've got time.
I was listening to this podcast that I like to listen to. It's called
Rock Mountain Live.
The Holy Week podcast.
Rock Mountain Holy Week. First, it was a Holy Week, and then it was Rock Mountain Live, and I've listened to every single one of those. And so it's called Room for Nuance. Have you guys heard of this podcast?
You've told me about it.
There's a pastor in Alabama, in Decatur, a guy named Sean DeMar. Mm-hmm. And he interviews pastors, theologians, etc. So he's interviewing this past week. They released a podcast with this guy, Jimmy Needham.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be like a CCM artist, I guess.
I remember Jimmy Needham.
But he's now a pastor. Anyways, and he was talking about how everyone will be forgotten. He was like, he tells his church, you're going to be forgotten. But he starts off this sermon with, he puts up a picture. And he says, show of hands, who knows who this is?
Mm-hmm.
In his congregation. He said, there's about 1,000 people in the room. He said, as best as he could tell, 4 people raised their hands. And he was like, that's Gerald Ford.
No way! Good night.
And he was like, you're going to be forgotten.
Wow.
And because you don't remember a guy who was a
great.
president in many of your lifetimes.
Right.
And I thought, but then he, of course, uses that to be like, give your life to the only thing that will last.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
That was
do
the
think
point.
that that's the point of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes is the setup that says you better give your life to the thing that's going to last, because look at all this stuff is not going to last.
Yeah.
And it gets depressingly focused on that, you know. And I think people don't like it, or they avoid it because it reads depressingly. We do want under the sun life to matter and mean something, but it just doesn't unless God infuses it with meaning. And so, you know, we can pretend like it does. We can try to find it here and there.
Well, and you can experience that meaning as the Holy Spirit. I mean, that's where joy is, right? I mean,
Well,
in
it's so
serving
funny,
Christ.
and I think when we get there, we'll see, because he's still life under the sun. He life's under the sun the whole time, and he basically says, well, life under the sun, it's better to be wise than to be a fool under the sun, because it just makes more sense. But then he goes on to say, but you're both going to die like an animal.
Yeah.
So, but it seems better to be wise than to be a fool. But don't forget, you're both going to die like an animal.
This
you
is
know?
the same guy who was writing all that stuff about the sluggard we read
Right.
earlier.
Yeah, that's right. And then he says, work and enjoy your work, and eat your food that you earn, and enjoy your wife. But if you don't, and you're a sluggard, well, you're the hard-working person and the sluggard are both going to die like an animal. You know, so he's kind of saying it's better to go this way. Like it's so interesting when he talks about going into the temple, because I still think he's talking about religion under the sun. He said, well, you need to be respectful when you walk in there. It's better to be respectful than to be a fool walking.
Take your hat off, son.
Right. But at the same time, it's it's meaningless unless you fear God and keep His commandments, which is how the thing ends. So it's just good morning, Craig. Good morning, everybody that's signed in. Hello,
James.
Jan. That's Jim.
Jim, rather.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Go
You
birds.
Go birds.
You see people all through the Bible, though, like despairing at life. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just. This isn't an outlier. Like
That's right.
Elijah after
saving
Mount
prophets, yeah.
Carmel, whenever he was, like,
Just kill me, Lord.
yeah, and then God was like, just here's a snack
Yeah, here's...
and go to sleep. Take a little nap. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then Paul, like in 2 Corinthians,
Here's some Doritos.
I'm about to put him down.
when Paul basically is having a mental breakdown in 2 Corinthians in the first chapter, where he's like, we despaired at life itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's all through there.
And anybody who's honest has experienced it personally too. It's not just a biblical idea; it is an experiential idea. Because I know, this is real life. It's the way it feels. You know, it's the way it feels. There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, interestingly, we live in a day where there's a lot of new things technologically, medically, and all that. And so we could make an argument. Actually, there are new things under the sun, but not really. I mean, same patterns. Same human hearts.
As far as humanity.
As far as
there's not-
humanity
yeah,
goes, people are sinful. They're going to do the wrong thing with technology. So it's more the broad patterns and things of that
Well, or
nature.
you could just say, as radically as things have changed in the world, and they have, this is still the same.
We're the same.
It's,
Wars
you
still
can't
happen.
change the human heart.
Poverty's still going on. People mistreat people. All on it goes.
Yeah. Have we really advanced?
Right.
And leading up to World War II, it was, a lot more optimistic as far as we're just going to keep advancing until this utopian society happens. And of course, we know that's not going to happen now.
That didn't work.
Well, that's the folly of Marxism,
Right.
Which is it's ultimately hinges on a view of human nature that is good. That there will be people who control the means of production and resources, and they're gonna treat people fairly, and things will be distributed equally but people are not good.
Then we'll finally get there.
Yeah.
And so verse 10 kind of just sort of emphasizes it and even puts it into conversational form. I love the way he's like, hang on, really? Is there anything of which it is said, see, this is new?
Right.
It's been already in the ages before us. We talk about computers and technology and those sorts of advancements. The Tower of Babel was a massive technological advancement. That's already been done. What can we do if we put our minds to it? What can we develop and build? It's the
They
same
had computers back then too.
They did, just very
the
basic
Antikythera
ones.
mechanism.
I don't know what that is.
You know what? It's so it
Sundial.
was,
It's the sundial.
well, yeah, it was like 1500 BC or something. It was whenever it was made, and it predicted eclipses and the movement of the planets, and it was an intricate mechanical computer essentially.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've noticed this about Jason R. Rice. He'll throw out a factoid.
Yeah.
What was the thing the other day when you were like, how the globe, the planets, like Africa is not as big as it actually appears.
Oh, yeah.
He threw
Should have known.
What's that
Projection.
He threw out the name of it.
Mecrator, so whatever.
Well,
I think he actually paid attention.
And then he said
crater projection.
And then he said, and that's why Maine has more coastline than California.
Yeah.
I was like,
fractal.
I have to look
coastline.
that
tell me
up.
more.
Do I believe this?
I believed it.
I did
Half
look it
of
up.
it's true. I can make it sound right.
I believed it. I sent his church $50.
That's good. I mean, Craig is noticing Jason R. Rice's perception, and he says this is about the optimism before World War II. That was insightful. So
That's what I'm talking
War
about.
One, too.
That's what I'm talking
well,
about.
1 and 2. Yeah.
The golden
World
age.
War One was
Hit you
brutal.
with the factoid.
We don't remember the brutality of it. Of course, that's the
Yeah.
point. Is there's no remembrance of former things.
It's all one war too.
Yeah,
World
that's
War
true.
1 and 2 is kind of just
It's really more part 1, part 2.
This is what I was thinking of when I was repeating the example from the pastor who showed his congregation a picture of Gerald Ford, and no one knew
Anybody
this.
know?
crazy.
Isn't it? Right?
Or what about Neil? You could probably do it with Neil Armstrong.
I bet you
too.
could.
Oh yeah.
People would be like, I
Because
don't
people know the name, but they're not like the most photographed
Right.
people.
Or
I
if you put
suppose.
Gerald Ford, like say 20 years before he was president,
Well, yeah.
in a suit, I don't know.
Just
that-
baby photo.
I mean, I would be like, yeah. Do anybody recognize this? I mean, I think if it was 20 years before, I would probably look at it and go, it looks so familiar.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would immediately recognize Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
There's no remembrance of former things. I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't think I could pick out Gerald Ford if you put a picture of him and said, just who's this? I don't know that I would know.
I mean, it's crazy.
I can see all the others.
He was such a flash in the pan president.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no remembrance of former things. I mean, we just don't remember the cycles that came before us. I tell the kids at Banks a lot, you've got to know your history or else you're doomed to repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Ecclesiastes is like, they're not going to remember it, and you're not either. Nobody's going to remember it. It's crazy. And the cycle will repeat itself. Nobody's going to remember us or the things we've done either.
Look what Craig said.
Mm-hmm. We got a
We
built-in
don't even
forgetter.
remember that we forgot.
There's a country proverb, so
Yeah.
boy, I forgot more about that than you'll ever know.
I don't remember how much I forgot. It's crazy. Yeah.
All right,
Okay, well,
on we go.
on we go. Verse 12. I, the preacher, have been king over Israel and Jerusalem. Now, this is, of course, a reason why scholars who lean towards Solomon would say it's Solomon. He just says he's the king in Israel over Jerusalem, or in Jerusalem. So I tend to go there. Why not? We need to have some framework for interpretation. So there he is in Jerusalem. We know that Solomon is known for his wisdom. He asked God for wisdom, got a special blessing of wisdom, told him to cut the baby in half, just cut that baby in half. And so then the real mom said, don't, just give her the baby, don't kill it, So that's incredible Solomonic wisdom. And he says, 13, I applied my heart, so it's a wise heart, to seek and to search out by wisdom. So this is a research project. The book of Ecclesiastes is a research project using his incredible wisdom about everything that's done under heaven. So I'm really going to try to figure out what human beings are doing and why they do it. And he said, let me tell you about my conclusion. Let me put the conclusion up front, which is going to cause a lot of people just to quit reading the book of Ecclesiastes. It is an unhappy business that God has given to the children of man to be busy with.
Don't you think this was even more acutely understood in context? We all probably went to elementary schools or high schools where they had career fairs.
Yeah.
It was like, well, what do you want to be? What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
And they're, you know what I mean? It's not like, I want to be a veterinarian.
Right.
They're like, I want to kill those animals so we'll have something to eat.
Yeah. Or my dad is a brick mason.
So that's what I am.
I'm going to be that too.
You're going to work on a farm.
That's what you're going to do.
I'm going to pick crops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
pray for rain.
The toil and the just working for survival, I think, was probably felt much more acutely in those days than it is, at least in developed Western societies.
Yeah, there was no mental health days back then.
No.
LeBron's taking a rest day.
Yeah.
His ankle hurts.
Speaking of mental health, we talk a lot about depression these days and mental health issues, and it seems that there's an epidemic of severe depression, bipolar, other mental health issues, and we know people and we experience problems ourselves. I know I've been through cycles where I'm like, what is happening in my mind? What is this? But I would just say there's nothing new under the sun. I mean, it's been an unhappy business from the beginning. I mean, it's hard to be a human being in a sinful world under the sun.
Yeah.
It's really tough. And life is just... I remember one time a great friend of mine, a mentor of mine, who was talking to me about a low point in my life, said, Jason, I want to tell you something. You have 5 kids and you are stressed out. And I said, no, I'm not. And he said, yes, you are.
Yeah.
And I was like, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
It's an unhappy business.
Yeah.
Changing diapers, trying to put food on the table, keep things going, spin this plate, spin that plate, and you're running along. This was several years ago when they were younger. My kids were younger. But, I mean, that's not new. People have been going through that. There's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
It's like, it's an unhappy business.
That's right. You're going to miss this.
Yeah.
You're going to want this, baby.
There goes my life. Country music has picked up on this unhappy business.
That's for Mallory Bradley. That's a little inside joke at Flint Hill. Mallory Bradley. You're going to miss this.
Yeah. Shout out.
All right. I have nothing left to say.
I'm reading Craig's comment. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, he just keeps going. 14. I've seen everything that's done under the sun. I mean, so you can imagine the king, Solomon, maybe he just dressed in normal clothes for this assignment rather than his royal robes. But he's out there watching people. He's watching the market.
Well, he did it all too, man.
He's watching the farmers. He said, I've seen it all. I've seen everything done under the sun, and behold, people are chasing the wind, chasing smoke. It's vanity. It's meaningless. They're never getting anywhere. I was thinking about another metaphor of this. When smaller, like toddler-age kids blow bubbles, or they see bubbles, and they're like,
yes, they light up.
they're trying to catch it, and it pops, and their eyes go,
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah. It's like that. Try to catch a bubble. See what happens. It's just, you can't do it. You can't find satisfaction. I can't get no
Stones.
And he had the money to pursue.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, he talks about that, later. It's like
He had time to really run down. Is there any meaning to life?
He could finance this project he's undertaken.
Yeah.
And he did a lot, too. I mean, he did a lot.
And I think, Sorry. Okay.
We missed it.
Yeah, I think it's coming up, but I wanted to be sure to get that madness. Yeah, I think it's coming up. Okay. Well, let's go to these Proverbs he writes. Of course, he's Solomon. He's going to write some Proverbs. So he says, what is crooked cannot be made straight. Okay, we live in a world that's crooked. I mean, things are broken. Mm-hmm. You try to straighten it out, fix it, it's not going to work. And then you can't count what's lacking, that one kind of threw me for a loop until I was like, oh, wait a minute. So if you don't have $1,000, you can't count that money.
Yeah.
So the world is full of just lack. Things are missing, gaps are in our life, and we can't count it all. We can't find satisfaction in what's here. So,
yeah, how can I count the camera lens that I don't have?
That's right.
I need it.
You got to have them
I
first.
want to count it.
And then you can count it. But if you don't have them, you can't count it. So again, just metaphors about what it's like to live in the world. So here's the madness and folly I was looking for a minute ago. He said, I said in my heart, I have acquired great wisdom. So Solomon knew he had this wisdom that was God-given to him.
Cocky.
He knew he could think better than anybody. And not just knowledge, but wisdom about how to apply knowledge. Mm-hmm. Surpassing all who were over Jerusalem before me, and my heart has had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. He's like, look, I've got credentials here to do this research and to really think about the plight of humanity. He says, and I've applied my heart to know wisdom. So now he's talking about, okay, some people choose to live wise lives. So I'm a wise person, and I'm going to study the people who live wise. Then some people live a madness lives.
Yeah.
Like they're just irrational. They're just emotionally driven, and they're crazy, all the time. He says, I'm going to study those people too, see what kind of life they have. And then you've just got the fools.
He's like a method actor. They immerse themselves in the role. Christian Bale, he loses all this weight. He goes like, I'm going to jump in to all these areas. Folly, all them wives he had.
Yeah.
It's too many.
Solly. That's too many wives.
Mm-hmm.
Solly, that's folly.
That's right.
He was up on the roof, probably.
That's why he wrote it.
And then he says, take care,
what
Jim.
What a fool.
Jim says,
it's supposed to be wise, but that's crazy, right?
It is crazy.
Jim says, I'm off to the vanity of the gym. Have a blessed day.
Yeah, I get it. You just got to stay the same.
Hey, Jim,
maybe.
It profiteth a little.
It profiteth a little. Yeah, enjoy yourself out there.
That's a good one.
But we'll close with this. But he says, I perceive this is also, like my research over what people are doing, that's also a striving after the world.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing with myself doing this research? I'm never going to, it's like chasing smoke. I'm never going to catch it. So even my research program is.
He's like doing like an inception here.
Yeah. That's a good.
He's an observer to his own observing of the folly.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to, like some Old Testament authors, have been given a glimpse of the future coming kingdom of God, the way that some Old Testament writers.
Right.
Is that off? I'm just saying this in real time.
I mean, I think that's very clear from what he writes.
His
most positive thing he clearly connects to God in eternity, but it's just brief statements.
Yeah.
God has put eternity in a man's heart. There's nothing better than to fear God and keep his commandments. So, but he doesn't seem to have a optimistic view.
Right. Or like, there's a day when all this is going to be put right.
The great day of the Lord.
Yeah.
None of those things seem to be there. But maybe that's not his role. But okay, so I guess let's finish out the chapter.
Okay, let's do it.
For much wisdom is much vexation. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know, the harder it gets.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
well, there is. Me and my buddy Jared, we've talked about this too, because he's a musician, I'm a musician. And we were both much younger. We had some aspirations, maybe, hey, wouldn't it be cool if, fill in the blank. And we both concluded ultimately, and maybe this is a cop-out because we're just not talented enough, but we both concluded we're just too analytical. Maybe there's knowledge and self-awareness. There's an ignorance that those who pursue fame are, in a worldly sense, blessed with.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
It's almost like I'm not promoting myself. What are you talking about?
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. Ignorance is bliss as long as you don't know.
It is. The knowledge.
I was teaching a class last night, an ethics class for BTS, not the boy band. The seminary, Birmingham Theological Seminary. Not bind, torture, none of that.
The demon hunters?
None of demon hunters. But we were talking. It's an ethics class, so I said, if you don't know, like if you buy something from Target and you don't know that Target supports XYZ organizations, well, then you're not culpable. You don't know.
Correct.
Right? And I have this one student who lives in Africa, and I think he lives in the Congo, because he said, this is a Zoom class,
Mm-hmm.
He said your iPhones require this particular mineral, and he said they mine that in the Congo here,
Mm-hmm.
and there's all these children are being exploited,
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, thank you so much for telling us, because now that we know,
Mm-hmm.
there's culpability. He
I don't
who
think
increases
Androids are that way.
knowledge, trying to get culpability up. He who increases knowledge increases sorrow. So now that I have knowledge that children are being exploited to make my iPhone, now it's going to be hard, to enjoy the iPhone. It increases sorrow. And so this is the point Solomon's making. It's an unhappy business. It's just an unhappy business, living life under the sun. We've got to have something else. Something else.
Yeah, that's a good illustration.
It is. Do you want to take a look at Isaiah, or are we out of time?
We're past 8, but it's up to you. It doesn't matter to me.
Why don't we just pick it up next time?
Yeah, pick it up next time. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does it matter?
I mean, we've...
It's all meaningless anyway.
Why would we pick it up now or next time?
next time. No
That
one's
lasts
going to
forever.
remember what we read from this week to next week. So it doesn't even matter. Let's see. Where's Club Long Suffering? There they are. We've got a few hanging with us. Hey, thank you, Club Long Suffering. You make this thing happen. And we appreciate everybody who's joining us for the very first time. I feel like we're getting some new listeners and some, on YouTube, the later listeners. We see some views coming in there. So, hey.
Miss
We're
Brown
glad
from
you're with
Banks was the first time
Yeah,
viewer today.
absolutely. Glad to have her and everybody else as well. So, any last words, fellas?
No.
All right. Well, our hope and our plan is, even though it's meaningless and it's chasing after the wind as far as life under the sun is concerned, we really hope we see you next week.
See you Sunday.
It's going to be a great time in the book of Ecclesiastes.
Come to one of our churches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you Sunday.
Any
How
of
about
the
that?
three. Any of the three. Or any other good church,
That's right.
But if your goldfish is dead or you're laying up sick in bed, you can always tune in here to Rock Mountain Live.
Slugger, you creaky door hinge.
We appreciate you guys. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Maybe you were laid up sick in bed. Maybe you woke up and your goldfish was dead. You might be getting older and you just can't drive at night. There's a lot of reasons that you might have missed church, but you can still dig into the Word. So pull up a chair and open up your mind to Rock Mountain Live. Rock Mountain Live, it's time to thrive. Don't hit the snooze, we got good news on Rock Mountain Live.